Hello and welcome to yoga. We are going to work a little bit of strength today, but we're going to start laying down. All right, so that's a nice place to be. Find the length of your mat and take a moment to stretch, okay? Visualizing this is the first stretch of the day. So do what you would do as you are forced to get up in the morning. So stretch out, allow your arms to move away from you, point down with the toes. Take a nice deep inhale, maybe lift up through the chest and lifting that lower back off the mat ever so slightly, just finding an openness through the front body. As you exhale, sigh it all away. Okay, take the arms above the head this time. Just pulse out through the right side, pointing down through the right toes, reaching through the right fingertips. Take a nice deep inhale, feel the breath into the lungs, feel the stretch through that right side body. Exhale, sigh it away. And then through the left side, reaching through the left fingertips, pushing down through the left toe tips. Nice deep breath into the lungs, feel the ribs expand on that left side, and then sigh it away through the mouth. Really nice. Okay, from here, take a hand to the tummy, one to the chest, or if you prefer, just keep them down by the side of you. We're going to start with some equal breathing. So when you're ready, remember you don't have to follow my breath pattern, but I will count you in for 4, then 5, then 6, then 5, and then 4. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep breathing into your hands. If your hands are placed on the belly and the chest, allow the breath to just soften, coming back to its normal pattern. And with your eyes closed, set yourself an intention for today's practice if you fancy it. If you don't, just sit with the breath. Okay, we're going to take the hands and feet over to the right hand side. Take the hips over to the left. Just sitting here in this half moon shape or this, banana. Just thinking about that left hip drawing down. We want to feel that stretch down the left side body. We want to feel that stretch into the IT band on that left side. If you've got space for it, that left ankle can cross over the top of the right. Right hand can take left wrist. See if you can keep both shoulders back and down away from the ears. See if you can find a little bit of space around the shoulders. Keep drawing that left hip down. Taking these nice breaths into the ribs, allowing those ribs to begin to open up as the lungs expand. And then coming back through center, taking the hands and the feet over to the left as the hips turn over to the right. Take that nice half moon shape here. Starting with the feet side by side, just drawing that right hip down. Find that openness through the right side. Taking those nice deep breaths into the lungs, feeling that right side beginning to expand as the ribs move. Trying to draw the right hip down, finding that stretch through the IT band. Maybe crossing that right ankle over the left. Keep drawing the hip down, try not to roll over. Maybe left hand takes right wrist. A little bit of encouragement through that arms beginning to open through the right shoulder. but see if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep breathing here, feeling the ribs open as the lungs expand. Okay, from here, releasing off, coming back into our center. We're going to take the feet flat. We're going to tickle the back of the heels so that we know that they're roughly in the right place. Knees are hip width apart. From here, take the hands down by the side of you. We're just going to roll the pelvis ever so slightly, so tiny little pelvic tilts, okay? So squeezing the glutes, beginning to roll the pelvis. The bottom just comes up off of the floor. There's very little movement here. Okay, and then lowering back down. If you want a little bit more, you can just draw the head up so you're secure through the core and then begin to pelvic tilt. So you're getting a little bit of extra work through the abs and then lower back down. Okay, last one here. Start to roll through the pelvis, beginning to lift through the hips. And then lower back down, relax the neck, take the head down. This time we're going to roll the pelvis as we squeeze the glutes, push down through the heels, beginning to lift the bottom, coming up to the midpoint of the back. Pause there. Take a breath. If you would like, just begin to lift the head ever so slightly. Find that core engagement, moving the hands forward towards that front wall. Take a breath here. Take the head down, take the hands down, and then roll the spine back down to the mat. From here, let's come up a little bit higher. Push down through the heels, squeeze the glutes, begin to roll as you lift through the vertebrae. Come up to the shoulders this time. I'm going to pause here. Squeeze the glutes. Can you get a little bit of extra lift through the through the hips? Okay, from here, we're going to take the weight into the left foot. The right foot is going to lift. Okay, and we are going to try and keep the hips level. We're going to take the right foot down. We're going to touch the toe down and lift it back up. Okay, the knee is going to stay bent. We want that leg at a 90 degree. We're going to go for 10. Here we go. For 1, for 2, for 3. Keep pushing down through that left leg. For 4, for 5, keep the hips level. For 6, for 7, for 8, are you clenching your jaw? Just check. For 9, and for 10. From here, take that right foot down. Let's roll down through the spine. Allow each vertebrae to touch down. From here, just draw the knees in towards you. Take a load off. Start to make those nice little circles on the lower back. Let's decompress. Making them in one direction and then the other. Okay, you know, because it's yoga, we're going to have to go and do it on the other side. That's just how it works. If it's too much for you, remember, we don't need to do the extension, just keep the feet down. So feet are down, tickle the back of the heels so we know where they are. Push down through the feet, through the heels, start to tilt the pelvis, drawing the bottom up, and then beginning to roll up through the spine. Okay, once we're at the shoulders, push down through the hips, squeeze the glutes, lift those hips up. Okay, if you're happy here, perfect. If you want some more, let's go. We're going to lift that left leg now, knee at 90 degrees, push through that right foot and make sure those hips are level. Take the left foot down to touch down and lift. We're going to go for 10. We've done 1. Let's go. For 2, for 3, for 4, keep the hips level. For 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place that left foot back down. Enjoy this as you begin to roll down the spine all the way down. Take a moment. Draw the knees in towards you. Give yourself a hug together. If you need to lift the head, place the forehead towards the knees. If that's comfortable for you, then do. Really picking what your body needs from you. Okay. Nice little circles on the lower back always feel good, but really just paying attention to what your body needs. Okay, from here, let's take our opportunity to roll the spine. Oh, it always feels nice. And then cross those ankles and come into a table. Okay, we're going to play around just for a moment here, okay? So let's just start off with our cow pose. So beginning to lift the gaze towards the ceiling, drop the tummy towards the mat, sit bones come up towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to start to round through into our cat. But as we do that, we're going to tuck the toes, we're going to hover the knees, and then we're going to round through the spine. Really draw that navel in. Okay, if you don't like this because you think, oh, it's a bit too hard, then don't do it. Take the knees back down in your traditional cat pose. Knees come down, untuck the toes, take a cow pose. Gaze comes up, tummy comes down. Think about pushing the hands into the mat, the shins down too. Okay, and then if you're up for the variation, then come through the spine, tuck the toes, hover the knees, press that spine against the skin as you round through the spine. Take a moment here to breathe. Okay, last ones, bring the knees down, untuck the toes, find your cow. Take the gaze high, allow the tummy to drop. Think about the sit bones pushing up towards the ceiling, hands push down, shins push down. Okay, and then last one here, take the gaze down, tuck the toes, hover the knees, push through the hands, stretch that skin as the spine pushes against you. And then draw the knees back down. Take the feet together, take the knees as wide as the mat, find a wide-legged child's pose. Keep the fingertips down, but keep the palms lifted as you can push back into those fingertips to get the bottom back onto the heels, if that's comfortable for you. Lower the chest down. If that doesn't feel good or you've got further to go, you can always bring the block up to you, or a bolster or something, cushion underneath the chest. Give you a little bit of space. Okay, from here, let's take a walk with the hands over to the right-hand side. Push down through those fingertips to get the weight back into that left hip. Find that deep stretch through the left-hand side. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. Notice if your body is giving you clues that tell you that perhaps it's a bit too much. So maybe you're clenching your jaw. No, not jaw. Okay, maybe you're holding your breath. Whatever it is, just see if you can make those slight variations to make it a little bit easier on you. Maybe left hand places on top of right. Drop the left shoulder just ever so slightly. Find a really nice stretch through that shoulder space. Okay, walk the hands back through center and then over towards the left side. Push down through the fingertips, get that bottom back. Make sure that right hip is loaded onto that right heel. Again, keep the neck nice and relaxed. Keep the breath smooth and even. And now if you've got space for it, that right hand can place on top of the left. Push down into the hands. Maybe dropping that right shoulder slightly, getting a deep stretch through that right shoulder space and all the way down that right side body. Okay, moving the hands back through center, coming back up into your table. From here, we're just going to grab hold of our strap, sit back into the onto the toes, so tuck the toes underneath, and just sit back into those heels. You're going to feel a really strong stretch on the underside of the feet, into the toes, and through the Achilles. If you've got a strap, take the strap as wide as is comfortable that you can take that shoulder rotation, okay? So we're going to distract you with arm movement so that you forget what's happening with the underside of your feet. If it does feel uncomfortable and you don't like it, it's a little bit too close to your edge, then take the hands down towards the mat, and then you can control how much pressure you're going to be putting through the underside of the feet. So just moving the strap backwards and forwards. You don't want to feel it that it's too tight. You just want to do this nice and easy. So no clunking and clicking through the shoulder space. That is not what we're going for. Okay, and then when you're ready, take it nice and high. From here, take the left hand down, the right arm is going to lift. Find that stretch down that right side body, keeping that control of the shoulder. And then switch it out, come back to center, and then take the right arm down, left arm lifts. And then back to center. Let's remove the strap. Take the hands down, just lightly tap those toes out. Okay, and then from here, we're back in our table pose. You can take the feet down, tuck the toes, hover the knees, find your hovered table. We're going to play around with plank, okay? Take the right foot away, take the left foot away. Find your strong plank. Push back with the heels, lift up through the knees, squeeze the glutes. That core is strong. Our shoulders over our wrists. And now take the right foot in and the left foot in, back to our hobbit table. Okay, let's switch it out. Left leg comes away, right foot comes away. Find your plank. Back to where you were, push through the heels, lift through the knees, squeeze the glutes, core strong. And now left foot comes in, right foot comes in, and then push through the hands. Sink the bottom back onto the heels. The heels are lifted. We want to push through the hands so that we can find that stretch through the Achilles, through the underside of the feet. And now heading into our down dog. Start to lengthen through the backs of the legs, lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Walking the heels out. Take your time here. Your first downward facing dog should be cherished. So walk through the heels, pedal them out, wiggle through the bottom, find the release through the lower back. And then when you're ready, pause in your down dog. Remember, we want to be pushing through the hands. We want the elbow creases looking at one another. Wrap those triceps round. Keep a long spine. If you're finding your spine's rounding, take a nice deep bend into the knees. Okay, let's take the right leg high. Take the right knee to the right elbow, left elbow, right elbow. Take that right leg high. Okay, let's go again. Right knee, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow, and high. Last one here. Right knee, right elbow, nice and high, left elbow, right elbow, and take the right leg high. Open through that side, right foot drops back, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, find the groin stretch, find the quad stretch. Take the right foot through the hands. From here, let's come into a twist. Left hand stays down, right arm opens to the right side. Draw the chest round, mind the belly out of the way. Push back with that back heel. Take that right hand down. Back knee comes down. Let's find a low lunge. Bring the arms forward and stretch, and then all the way up. Squeeze through the glutes. We want to be nice and strong here. Draw the ribs in. Think about that cord coming up through the crown of the head. Roll the pinky fingers in towards one another. Start to gaze up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, lift as if you're lifting the chest towards the ceiling. And you exhale, draw a line towards the back of the room. Find a little back bend, lifting through the chest, not dumping through the back. From here, grab hold of your block. Take the weight back into that left knee. Take the toes on the right side up towards the ceiling. Again, drawing the belly out of the way, take a fold over that right leg. That right hip is going to start to move round because it just does. Draw the right hip in line with the left. Nice breath here. Thinking about that lifting and lengthening. Okay, that right foot comes flat. Swap the block over. You'll want it in a minute. Hands are going to come down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Nice and strong. Right foot is going to come back to join the left. Okay, from here, let's take the left leg high. Reaching through the toes for a moment. And then that left knee is going to come high up towards the left elbow. Right elbow, left elbow, three-legged dog. 2 more to go, that's okay. Left knee, left elbow, right elbow, left elbow, three-legged dog. Last one, left knee, left elbow, right, left, three-legged dog. Bend through that back knee, turn the hips to the left side, get that left foot in towards the bottom, squeeze through the glutes, find that stretch through the quad, find the stretch through the groin. Breathe here. And then that left foot is going to come through the hands. Keep that right hand down. Take a turn to the left side, lift through the left hand. Get a nice strong back leg, push back through the back heel, lift through that back knee towards the ceiling, open the chest towards that left side and lift up through the left hand. Gaze can come wherever that is comfortable. Okay, left hand's going to come down, right knee comes down, untuck the toes, coming into a low lunge, take the hands forward and stretch and stretch and stretch. Then take them up towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to take the inhale, lift and lengthen, draw those ribs in. As you exhale, lift that chest up towards the ceiling. Take a nice little back bend here as you trace a line with the fingertips towards the back of the room. Releasing off the hands, find your block to the right side of you. Take the weight back over that right knee, left toes point towards the ceiling, left hip draws in line with the right. Inhale, lift, lengthen, move the belly out of the way as you lower down over that left leg. You want to feel the stretch. If you feel the stretch here, perfect. Doesn't matter where you end up. See if you can take one more inhale. Think about that lifting and lengthening. And the worst offender as I begin to round over. Oh, it's not what we're here for. Imagine your chin coming towards that big toe. Keep that left hip back. All right, taking that left foot flat. We don't need that block. Take the hands down. From here, tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee, nice and strong through the back leg. And then that left foot is going to come back to join the right downward facing dog. Okay, you can hang out here. If you want to do a little bit of dolphin, here we go. We're going to take the forearms down to the mat. Take the hands together, interlace the fingers, and then push down through the forearms to get that really strong base. We all know triangles are the strongest shapes. Push down through the forearms. Make sure that your ears aren't being suffocated by your shoulders. Okay, see if we can draw the chest back. See if you can draw the chest towards the thighs. And we're going to hang out here for just 5 seconds. Here we go. For 5, keep pushing down through the forearms. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Take the knees down on top of the toes. Come into a narrow-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead down to the mat. Allow the hands to come behind you, palms up. Shoulders can come down over the knees. Find that stretch across the shoulders with every breath in and out. Allow the heart rate to drop. Take a moment, maybe revisit your intention from the beginning of class. Maybe not. Okay. Slowly, carefully, coming to unwind. Okay. From here, take the hands down. We're back into our table pose. From here, tuck the toes, hover the knees, extend the right foot away. We're going to pause here. The left knee is hovering, unless you don't want to. There's no judgment here. Push through that right heel. Get a stretch down the back of that right leg. Draw the belly under. Okay, from here, left leg is going to come away. Find a plank. Take a breath here. You know your plank. Push back with the heels. Squeeze the glutes. Core is strong. Right leg or right foot is going to come in. Keep that right knee hovering. Push down through that left heel. Feeling that stretch down the back of the leg or just feeling your core. Okay, from here, let's take the toes on the left side in, hovered table. Okay, I'll put you out of your misery. Here we go. Chest to thighs, shoot the bottom up, find your down dog, walk those heels out. Okay, we're going to step up or jump to the top of your mat. From here, take a nice deep forward fold, place the chest on top of the thighs, allow the spine to just decompress. Find that support that the thighs are providing. Keep the neck relaxed. Okay, and then slowly and surely start to stack each vertebra and come up to a standing position. Oh, lovely. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of work now, not too much, just a little bit, and your options are you don't have to do them, okay? So, move out the way of my light. Squeeze a block between the thighs. Find that inner thigh activation. Take the arms up high, sink the bottom down, find a chair, squeeze that block, okay? Actually squeeze it, okay? It might just say that we want to work. Take the hands together, take a twist to the right. Come back to center, take a twist to the left. Come back to center and come all the way up. Let's go again. Come down, find your chair, sink the bottom back, tuck the tailbone under. Hands to heart center, take a twist to the right. Squeeze that block. Come back to center, take a twist to the left. Come back to center. Last one, take the arms high, reach up. Okay, here we go, make it count. Come down into your chair, tuck the tailbone, sink the bottom down. Hands to heart center. Take a twist to the right. Back to center, take a twist to the left. Back to center, take the arms high. Bring those arms down. Get rid of your block for a moment or two. Make any movements or adjustments that you might need to. Okay. I'm sure you're grateful for that, I'm sure of it. All right. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right foot as our leading foot. We're going to take a step back with the left foot. We're going to find a high lunge position, okay? Keep that right knee bent over the top of that right ankle. Take the hands to our hips. Push back with the heel. We're going to work into a warrior 3, and then we're going to start working the glutes. So we're going to tap down with that left foot, okay? So here we go. Warrior 3, we're going to start to take flight into that right leg, lift through that left leg. As the left leg dips, the torso dips, lifts and dips, I should get it the right way around. Keep that left hip driving down. Take that left toe down, tap down and lift, squeeze the glutes to lift back up. I'm going to go for 10, that's not many. Here we go. For 1, for 2, for 3, find that core, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9. You've got this. And for 10, keep that left leg lifting. Okay, take the left leg down. Take a forward fold. Take the chest on top of the thighs. Make some nice little rocks through the feet, just forward and backwards. If it feels good, pedal out the heels one at a time. Okay, and then pausing here. Take that right hand down, bend through that right knee, open through the left side. Take the gaze towards the left. And then if you've got space for it, and only if you want to, that left hand can wrap all the way behind you to touch the top of the right thigh, rolling that left shoulder back. This is our recovery. This is our rest, okay? So enjoy it. Push the bottom back. Okay, let's switch it out. Bring that left hand round and down. We're going to straighten the right leg, bend through the left. Right arm lifts. Take the gaze over to the right side. If you want, wrap that right arm all the way behind you. Touch the top of that left thigh. Roll the right shoulder back. Push the bottom back. Find that stretch down the IT band, down the hamstrings. Hamstring, I should say. Okay, coming all the way back round, right hand comes down. From here, take a nice deep bend into the knees, plant the chest on top of the thighs. Take a breath here. And then begin to stack each vertebrae to come all the way back up. This time we're going to swap it out. That right leg comes back, comes to the toes on that right side. Bend into that left knee. Push back through the back heel, nice and strong. And we're going to find our warrior 3. Here we go. So take weight into the left leg, squeeze the glute. As the torso drops, the right leg lifts. Squeeze that glute to keep that right leg lifting. Right hand or hands to hips, draw the right hip down. Okay, right toes tap down and lift. 9 to go. All right, here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come on, and 1. Terrible bounce from me. I looked at the screen. I shouldn't do that. Okay, from here, right leg comes down. Perfect. Take a forward fold. Allow the hands to head down towards the mat. Pedal out the heels one by one. Okay, from here, let's take a step back with that left foot and then turn to face the long edge of your mat. Take the feet out to the corners of the mat, toes out to the corners of the mat. So we're at about 45 degrees. We're going to come up and find our goddess, okay? So we want our knees and ankles stacked. We want to tuck the tailbone. We want to squeeze the glutes. And we're going to take the arms out as cactus arms, simply because I love a cactus arm. Here we go. Take an inhale, push through the feet, lift through the arms, and then sink back down again. Squeeze the glutes, open through the knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, find an openness through the chest. Here we go. We're going to go for 4 more. Squeeze to lift and lower. 3 more. Squeeze to lift and lower. 2 more. Squeeze to lift and lower. 1 more. Squeeze to lift, lower. Take a moment. Remember, you're a goddess. Okay, take the hands down, heel toe those feet in, and find a squat position. Remember, we want to keep a long spine. So if you need props underneath your heels, if they're lifting, do that. If you need a prop under your bottom to give yourself that length through the spine, then do that. Thinking about using those elbows as leverage against the inner thighs. And then if you like a little bit of movement, I do. If you like a little bit of movement, then do it. If you don't, then don't. It's okay. Okay, from here, just remove that hand grip, take the hands behind you, pop the bottom down, draw the knees in towards you, give yourself a hug together, maybe bringing the forehead down to the knees, round through the spine. And then very slowly but surely, we're going to make our way down to the mat. Now it's up to you if you want to go through boat and then dish, or if you just want to slowly make your way down. Entirely up to you. But once you're down on your mat, just draw those knees in. Take the hands to the outside of the feet. Find a happy baby. Think about the spine lengthening on the mat. Think about the openness through the chest. Taking some nice deep breaths into the belly. Perhaps releasing through the mouth, sighing them all away. And then bring those knees together, give yourself a hug. Find length through the spine. Think about putting the whole length of the spine on the mat. So really almost pushing the knees against the forearms to give you that length. And then when you're ready, just take the feet down. And this is your opportunity to make any adjustments that you might need to. So whether it's windscreen wiper legs, or whether you just need a moment just to rest and recover on your mat, whatever you need, you've earned it. So taking this time to lay out on your mat, finding a comfortable position that you can just rest in. And then we're going to think about gratitude today. So finding a comfortable position just for you. Allow all distractions to melt away. Allow yourself to be settled and just simply to close your eyes. Start to turn your gaze inwards, focusing just on yourself. There are no distractions, only you. Feel the contact between you and the mat. Feel grounded. Feel the fabric of the mat supporting you. Maybe as you begin to feel heavier, relaxation starts to come over you. Feel heavy. So today we're going to start to think about gratitude. Start to pay attention to the breath by taking mindful breaths in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Breathe in for a count of 4 and then out for a count of 4, or find your own rhythm. As you do this, start to think about how lucky you are. What are you grateful for? And take a moment just to name maybe 3 things. As you inhale, allow yourself to clearly see what you're thankful for in your mind's eye. Hold it there. Enjoy it. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Accept them, observe them, don't judge them. Allow your attention to focus back on your breath and the things that you are grateful for. Keep breathing. All you need to do right now is simply breathe. Drench yourself in gratitude. Noticing how practicing mindfulness and gratitude can help you feel happier, feel lighter. Sit with that feeling just for a moment. When you're ready, you need to start to awaken the body and the mind. Thinking about bringing our awareness back to the wider world. But before we do that, revisit your intention. Be proud of yourself for making a little bit of time just for yourself today. And now starting to move your fingers and toes. Re-energizing the body. Perhaps slowly starting to open the eyes if you're ready. Hoping that you can take this feeling of relaxation with you for the rest of your day. When you're ready, start to just breathe, maybe lengthen through one side then the other. And then when you're ready, maybe roll onto a side, gradually come and make your way back up to a seated position. And I will be there when you are ready.